You do them every day without thinking twice. Little habits that feel harmless, even helpful. But what if I told you some of these normal routines are quietly wrecking your body from the inside out? From how you sit, to how you sneeze, even how you sleep, your daily comfort zone might just be turning into a silent health trap. In this video, we're peeling back the curtain on innocent habits that are secretly working against your well-being. Some of them might even shock you, and trust me, you'll want to stick around till the very end. Because habit number 1 is something almost everyone does, and the long-term damage, way worse than you'd think. Number 9. Nail biting. Your fingernails might look harmless, but think of them as 10 tiny bacterial billboards collecting grime all day. Every elevator button, phone screen, or grocery cart you touch turns your nails into little sponges for invisible filth. Now imagine biting into that, because when you chew your nails, you're basically serving yourself a fresh platter of germs. What's worse, you're not just risking a mild stomach ache, you're opening the door to a whole host of problems. Your front teeth, which weren't built for daily demolition work, can start to chip, shift, or crack. Dentists can often spot nail biters just by the worn-down, uneven edges of their front teeth, and it doesn't stop there. When you tear into the skin around your nails, the cuticle, your body's protective border, you're giving bacteria a shortcut straight into your bloodstream. That's how people end up with paronychia, a painful, swollen infection around the nail that can send you to the ER. Worse still, the bacteria you ingest can upset your digestive tract or even mess with your respiratory system. Why is this gross habit so tough to kick? Because it's often your brain's built-in response to stress. Anxiety hits and your fingers head straight to your mouth like clockwork. It's not just a nervous tick, it's a dangerous reflex with long-term consequences hiding in plain sight. Number 8. Stifling sneezes. Internal pressure cooker. You're in a quiet room, maybe a meeting, a classroom, or riding an elevator, and suddenly, that telltale tickle creeps up your nose. You feel the sneeze coming, but instead of letting it out, you clamp your nose shut, seal your lips, and force it back down. Bad move. That suppressed sneeze doesn't just disappear, it reroutes. A sneeze can launch air at nearly 100 miles per hour. When you stop it, all that pressure ricochets around your skull. Looking for an emergency exit. That sudden surge can blast through your eustachian tubes, those narrow channels that connect your nose to your ears, and if the pressure's high enough, pop a ruptured eardrum. Painful, disorienting, and in some cases, it can cause temporary hearing loss. Your blood vessels don't fare much better. Some burst, leaving red patches in your eyes, or tiny hemorrhages in your sinuses. There have even been rare cases where people damaged their throats, or worse, fractured facial bones just from holding in a sneeze. One man ended up in the hospital with air trapped beneath his skin, simply because he didn't want to disturb a quiet train ride. So next time you feel a sneeze coming, don't trap it like a bomb. Turn away, grab your elbow or tissue and just let it out. Your head will thank you. Number 7. Q-tips. The DIY disaster. They look soft, they feel gentle, they seem like the perfect tool for ear cleaning. But those little cotton swabs in your bathroom cabinet? Yeah, they're actually sabotaging your ears. Here's the truth. Your ears are cleaning. Inside your ear canal, wax isn't just gunk, it's your body's built-in defense system. It traps dust, debris, even insects, and slowly works its way out naturally, like a conveyor belt moving outward with every jaw movement you make. But when you stick a Q-tip in there, you're not removing wax, you're shoving it deeper, like cramming clothes into a closet and then wondering why the door won't close. Over time, this habit pushes wax so far in that it compacts into a hard plug, dulling your hearing and creating that clogged, underwater feeling. And if you keep jabbing, you're playing a dangerous game with your eardrum, a thin, delicate membrane about the texture of plastic wrap. One wrong angle, a sneeze, or even a startle could puncture it. Suddenly, you're facing sharp pain, potential hearing loss, and a trip to the emergency room. It doesn't stop there. The cotton tip can also scratch the sensitive skin inside your ear canal, leaving behind tiny wounds sealed in with wax, the perfect playground for bacteria. That's how infections start. So here's the safe bet. Skip the swab. Just clean the outside of your ear with a warm washcloth, and let your ears do what they were designed to do, clean themselves. Number 6. Overhydration. The water overdose. We're told to drink more water, hydrate or die, they say. But what happens when you overdo it? Turns out, you can actually drown from the inside out. It's called and it happens when you flood your body with more water than it can handle. Your cells rely on a careful balance between water and sodium. Sodium acts like a bouncer at the cellular level, making sure water stays where it should. But when you drink excessive amounts of water too quickly, that balance collapses. Sodium levels drop, and water rushes into your cells like a tidal wave. Most of your body can handle a little swelling, but your brain? It's trapped inside your skull with nowhere to expand. As the pressure builds, symptoms hit: headaches, confusion, nausea, muscle cramps, and in extreme cases, seizures, coma, even death. It's not just theoretical. A 9-year-old girl was once forced to chug water as punishment. She collapsed hours later with severe brain swelling. Marathon runners have died this way too. Not from dehydration, but from drinking too much water at every station. So here's the fix. Don't follow rigid 8 glasses a day rules. Listen to your body. Drink when you're thirsty. Your kidneys know what to do. Trust them. Too little water is a problem, but too much, that can be fatal. Number 5. Earbuds. Tiny wrecking balls for your hearing. Pop in your earbuds, hit play, crank up the volume. Feels good, right? But inside your ears, something fragile is breaking, and it won't grow back. Tucked deep in your inner ear is a structure called the cochlea. It's lined with thousands of microscopic hair cells, and these aren't for style, they're essential. They convert sound vibrations into electrical signals that your brain can understand. Without them, you don't hear. Now here's the scary part. These hair cells are incredibly delicate. When you blast music directly into your ears at high volumes, those tiny hairs bend and snap like grass in a windstorm. And once they're gone, that's it. No regrowth. No repair. The average conversation happens at around 60 decibels. Your earbuds can crank sound up to 105 decibels, louder than a jackhammer. At that level, permanent hearing damage can happen. In just 15 minutes, the kicker. You won't even notice the damage as it happens. No pain, no warning signs. Just subtle hearing loss that builds until one day you realize you're missing half the conversation. Shockingly, studies show many teens already have the hearing profile of someone in their 50s. All thanks to earbuds. Some modern headphones come with volume limiters or safe listening alerts, but most people ignore them. So if you love your music, protect your ears. Listen at safe levels. Take breaks. Because once your hearing fades, there's no turning it back up. Number 4. Nightlights. Sleep saboteurs. A little glow in the hallway. A soft nightlight in the corner. Even the tiny blue dot from your phone charger seems harmless, right? But to your brain, that soft glow is sabotaged. When night falls, your body produces melatonin, the hormone that signals it's time to sleep, recharge, and repair. Think of melatonin as the conductor of your nighttime orchestra. But even the faintest light can throw it off beat. That little nightlight, it tells your brain, hey, it's still daytime, stay alert. As a result, your melatonin levels plummet, sometimes by half, and your sleep cycle gets thrown into chaos. The effects are sneakier than just feeling groggy the next morning. Over time, this constant disruption rewires your body's metabolism. You might start gaining weight without changing your diet. Your insulin response may weaken, increasing the risk of prediabetes, and your mood. That takes a hit too. Studies show that exposure to even dim light during sleep is linked to increased anxiety, depression, and poor emotional regulation. One experiment found mice exposed to night lighting not only gained weight, but showed clear signs of stress and sadness. And yes, our brains respond similarly. That's so if you want deep, healing rest, go dark. Use blackout curtains. Cover glowing electronics. Ditch the hallway light. Your brain needs night to feel like night. Number 3. Sitting too long. Death by comfort. Your body was built to move. To squat, walk, twist, lift. Not to be parked in a chair for hours like a statue in an office museum. But these days, most of us spend more time sitting than we do sleeping, work meetings, long commutes, streaming marathons. We've traded natural movement for cushioned comfort, and our bodies are paying the price. When you sit too long, your circulation slows down. Blood begins to pool in your legs, like water in a clogged pipe. Meanwhile, your metabolism taps out. Your body burns fewer calories. Key enzymes responsible for breaking down fat go dormant. But the damage doesn't stop at your blood and metabolism. It hits your muscles too. Sitting for hours a day causes muscle atrophy, especially in your core and back. Your posture collapses, rounded shoulders, slumped spine, head jutting forward like a turtle out of its shell. This is why researchers now say sitting is the new smoking. Prolonged sitting is linked to a higher risk of heart disease, obesity, diabetes, even early death. The scary part? You don't even have to be overweight for it to affect you. So, what can you do? Simple. Move more even in small ways. Stand up and stretch every 30 minutes. Take walking calls, do a few squats during breaks, use a standing desk if you can. Your chair might feel comfy now, but if you never get out of it, it could become the most dangerous seat in your house. Number 2. Sleeping on your stomach. Curling up face down on your pillow might feel cozy, but your spine? It's silently screaming for help. When you sleep on your stomach, your neck has to twist sharply to one side just so you can breathe. That twist holds for hours, turning sleep into a long, slow strain on your cervical spine. Imagine trying to read a book with your head turned sideways for 8 hours straight. Not exactly relaxing, right? But it's not just your neck. Your spine has natural curves that help distribute your weight evenly. Stomach sleeping flattens those curves like a steamroller, forcing your back into unnatural alignment. The pressure builds up on your joints and muscles, especially in your lower back, and your nerves. They get caught in the middle. The result is often tingling, numbness, or shooting pain in your arms and legs. It's your body's way of saying, this position isn't working. Over time, stomach sleeping can lead to chronic neck stiffness, lower back pain, and even herniated discs. It's a chiropractor's worst-case scenario in slow motion. If giving up stomach sleeping feels impossible, try this. Use a very thin pillow under your head, or better yet, none at all. Place a small cushion under your hips to help maintain spinal curves, but the best fix. Train yourself to sleep on your back or side. Your spine will thank you every morning. Number 1. Holding your pee. Bladder torture. Your bladder isn't a steel tank, it's more like a balloon. A muscular pouch that stores waste until your body gives the signal. Time to go. But what happens when you ignore that signal? Every time you hold your pee, you're forcing that balloon to stretch, and stretch fins stretch beyond its design. And like any rubber band pulled too far, it doesn't snap back the same way. Your bladder muscles start to weaken. Over time, they lose their ability to contract properly, meaning you can't fully empty and leftover urine. That's like leaving dirty dishwater sitting in the sink. It creates the perfect warm, damp playground for bacteria. Result: frequent urinary tract infections. That burning, stinging, urgent feeling like your body's punishing you for waiting too long. But that's not all. Constantly delaying bathroom breaks also puts pressure on your pelvic floor, the group of muscles that control your bladder function. Weaken them enough, and you risk incontinence. That's when your body decides to empty the tank without asking you first, often at the worst possible time. Here's a simple analogy. Imagine a gas tank filling up. If you never release the pressure, eventually the seals wear out and the system fails. The fix: stop waiting. Listen to your body. If nature's knocking, answer. Don't send it to voicemail, because holding it might feel like a time saver. But the long-term cost? Not worth the risk. It's wild how the smallest, most routine habits can quietly chip away at our health. One bite, one stretch, one skipped signal at a time. But awareness changes everything. Now that you know what's really going on behind the scenes, you can start making smarter choices today. If you found this eye-opening, hit that subscribe button. We've got more stories coming that dig deep into the hidden side of everyday life.